matter. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Wednesday it is. Yes, this short week is confusing me. Happy Wednesday today. It is Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And I'm saying Wednesday so much because I have to remind myself. Thank you for being here with us on Story Time today. And I hope that you enjoy the story that we have for you today. And we're saying hello to some amazing creatures, and get ready for this one. Hello, hummingbirds. Yes, read and play with play in the tree, and you see what tree we're talking about very shortly. If you remember this book, as I showed you at the end of yesterday's session. Thank you so much for joining in today. This one is written by Hannah Rogge and illustrations by Emily Dove. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. I hope that you enjoy it. And yes, we're saying we're tree. Well, this is the tree that we were talking about. How cool is that? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Glad you're here with us today. And beautiful book awaits, and of course many more stories that we hope to bring to Story Time in the coming future. But for today we're talking about hummingbirds, and get ready. Yes, if you have any facts, please do share them with us here on Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in today, and always a pleasure to be here with you. So glad to spend time here with you. And we do have an amazing lineup coming up this week. And if you missed it or might have forgotten, well, here we go. So we've had Get Up, Stand Up, which we read yesterday. Today we're saying hello to hummingbirds. And then, of course, tomorrow we bring you Little Dumplings, a beautiful book too, multicultural book. I love the diversity in cuisine that book represents. And then, of course, how are you? We'll be talking about feelings and how to deal with them. And then it's okay to have all the different feelings that we go through. So come join us on Friday for that one. I think we all need it. And we can get to maybe a little bit or understand our feelings. So thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely love it that we're here together. And please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. And I'm glad that we're here together. And you know, one thing that one little fact that I learned about hummingbirds is that they can flap their wings up to 70 times, 70 flaps per second. Imagine that. You could try it. How many was that? But 70 of those per second. Imagine that. Try it at home. See how many you get to in a second. Crazy, right? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And yes, these amazing creatures have so many little things that we can learn about them, and just amazing. And two, there's different varieties, and hopefully you can get to dig a little bit more as well into hummingbirds after this. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. Let us see who is with us here this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Good morning to you, Ari. How are you doing today? And of course, Megan, thank you so much for joining us out there in Kentucky, where you say it is sunny and hot. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Storytime. Good morning to you, and I'm glad that we can still be together here on Storytime, even when it's hot out there. Thank you so much for joining us, and good to see you here. Thank you indeed, and I hope that you have a lovely day today. Of course, first of all, we read together, and then we go into our day out and about. And I know that you're a couple hours ahead of me, so I hope that the day has been good to you so far. Thank you so much for joining in. Ari, sending you lots of hugs out there in Kentucky. And of course, Megan, good morning to you one more time as well. And of course, Cypress and Maple, sending you greetings as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And good to know that you're into chess. Well, thank you so much for sharing that little bit more. One day maybe we can play. I'm not great at all. I'm not good at all, but I always love to love a challenge. So would love to play with you one of these days for sure. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad we're here. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. Auntie Anne, how are you doing today? Auntie Pam, and of course Chad. Thank you for being here with us on Story Time. Breakfast with our Storytime family is the best. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. Thank you for being here with us. And yeah, it is indeed always a great thing, a beautiful thing for me to start the day with you. I enjoy so much being here and yeah, learning together. And why not start the day by reminding ourselves of how good we are too, right? Be kind to ourselves, and let's remember too to big up yourself. It is okay to do that, and you should do that because you are special. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and glad we're here. I love this community and cannot wait for a book for today. Yes, and we're saying hello, hummingbirds. Read and play in the tree. Yes, what tree are we talking about? Where? Well, this tree right here. Do you see that? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more Story Time. Go, go, go. Grab what you need, get comfortable, get cozy, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Hola, my name is Shamile Sayed Mendez, and I am the author of Where Are You From, Furia, and many other books for young readers. You're watching Story Time with Mr. Limara.
Welcome back indeed. Shamila Sayed Mendez, as you know, where you from, Furia, all those classics, instant classics. If you've not read them, please do check them out. And I know too, like with where you from, it's a book that speaks to me so much because I just appreciate the questions that it asks, and you know that question, the things that we go through about identity and where do we belong, you know, and for somebody say like me who's lived out here now coming on 13 years, and that so many things have began feeling like home, you know. And so you have these two homes that you straddle, and you're trying to figure out like, who am I, where am I from, what am I doing, where is home, and try to figure out, and seeing two beautiful spaces like this, communities like this that make it feel so special, and realizing that yeah, you're spanning two worlds and it is okay to be like that. So yeah, lots to think about in that book. Read it, and I hope to maybe we can bring it back someday soon too, and see what feelings and what questions that one brings up for you. But thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Always a pleasure to be here with you. And hello, hummingbirds is our book today. This one is written by Hannah Rogge, illustrations by Emily Dove, and of course we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. Oh, hello. And one thing I didn't mention too is that we actually have, you can remove these birds and fly them about all the way through the book, or just around wherever you are. Isn't that cute? Let me see if I can get it right. All right, there we go. Back in the space. Oh, hello. Will you fly around with me? My wings flap so fast that you will hear them hum as we go. Can you listen? Do you hear them? Bzzz. Did you hear that? fly around with me. My wings flap so fast that you will hear them hum as we go. I can move my wings in the quickest figure eight to fly. Did you know that? I can move my wings in the quickest figure eight to fly forwards, backwards, upside down, oh, and even hover in midair. How cool is that? And I heard too, hummingbirds might be the only birds that can fly backwards. I could be off on that, but I think it is one of those things that I've come across in the past. But yeah, I can move my wings in the quickest figure eight to fly forward, backward, upside down, and even hover mid-air. Oh my. How cool is that? Wow. Moving around makes me hungry. Oh, me too. I see some beautiful flowers. Let's go taste the sweet nectar. Oh, oh, yum, yum, yum. Moving around makes me hungry. I see some beautiful flowers. Let's go taste the sweet nectar. Oh. What else? Tell us more. My long, thin bill and tongue make it easy to drink from a flower, but just one is not enough. Nope. I need more. As I fly from flower to flower, I spread pollen dust to help the flowers pollinate. Oh. There's other work that hummingbirds do. As I fly from flower to flower, I spread pollen dust to help the flowers pollinate. Who else helps pollinate? Who can you think of? What can you think of? Well, here we go. Hummingbirds doing that job too. My long, thin bill and tongue make it easy to drink from a flower, but just one is not enough. I need more. Yum, this flower patch is delicious. I will claim it as my own. Okay, hummingbird. Claim away. If another hummingbird comes near, oh, I will fight to defend my flowers. Okay. Did you know that side of hummingbirds? That they can fight and defend their territory? Something to think about, right? Yum, this patch is delicious. I will claim it as my own. If another hummingbird comes near, I will fight to defend my flowers. Oh. This sheltered branch is where I've built my nest. It's tiny like me. I will fit just my 2 eggs. But when the nestlings grow, the nest I built will stretch to fit them. Wow. What kind of material do they use? How do they do that? Something to find out. Yes, this sheltered branch is where I've built my nest. It's tiny, like me. It will fit just my 2 eggs. But when the nestlings grow, the nest I built will stretch to fit them. Wow. A hummingbird is never still for long. Let's zip around again to sip more nectar from the flowers. No, no, no. A hummingbird is never still for long. Oh my goodness. So much learned, so much to appreciate. I hope you enjoyed that. Hello, hummingbirds. Coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. This one is written by Hannah Rogge, illustrations by Emily Dove. Join me on the other side of this short break when we're back for more story time. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope you enjoyed that one.
Have you ever wondered what makes you special? Maybe it's the color of your eyes. Maybe it's something that you can do, like sing. Well, with my brand new book, I See Me, you'll find out exactly what makes you awesomely special. Make sure you keep in touch with me on my social media handles and at Just in Time for Storytime. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Lamont.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you. Just in time for story time. Please do check out that one. And when we did share too on our Instagram, the latest information on that, and they'll be coming up with more and more stories. So, and if you missed Justin Ford here on Story Time, we'll go back to our archives and check out their story and their book, I See Me. Beautiful book indeed. But thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. Absolutely appreciate it. Anything else that you know about hummingbirds? Thank you for joining us on Storytime, and I'm glad that we were here together. Oh, that's amazing that it stretches, right? I know. Has just going through this, and I meant to look up the material that is that they use, and I'm just so curious. And if you find out anything, please be sure to share with me, and I'll be looking it up as well too. Now I'll be like, what can I put on? What podcast can I put today as I move about my day and get to learn a little bit more about hummingbirds? That's amazing that the nest stretches. Yes, 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 it does. Such great information. Who knew hummingbirds defend their territory? Right, right. That one surprised me for sure as well. And in as many times as I've read about hummingbirds and different times, it still surprised me because I thought I knew a bit, and but I'm still learning. That's the beauty with books and reading. You keep getting more and more information. But yeah, I love it. And one of the ones too that seems to pop up a lot was that they do not seem to have a sense of smell. So I don't know how that works, but let's look into it. And let's definitely share some more information if you find out anything else about hummingbirds. But I love it. I appreciate that this book gets us to dip our toes into this wonderful world of nature, wonderful world of hummingbirds, and hope we can find out more. And oh yes, and another one too, the average weight of a hummingbird is weighs as much as same as a penny. That's one of the ones. Average weight is the same as a penny, and that's crazy to think too, how light they are, but also if they're going to carry that body and move around so much, I guess that works out well for them. But thank you so much for joining in Story Time. If you have anything about hummingbirds that you've learned, or indeed learned some more, please share it with us. And if you're back tomorrow on Story Time, why not throw one of those at us, and we'll be able to share it with everybody else. Remember too that we keep learning, we keep growing, right? Like the nest of a hummingbird, our brains keep stretching, keep growing. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And it's a beautiful feeling when you can feel your brain grow, just like I did today too, learning about even just defending their territory. Like that one definitely just, like blows my mind. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Appreciate you. Thank you for learning with me. Thank you for reading with me. And thank you indeed for being in community together. Please remember to just try your best. So that we ask, try your best, and it was not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be possible. We will make mistakes, and it is part of life, but it is also what we do next after we've made that mistake. What do we do? What do we do to try and rectify that, to try and learn from it and do better next time? So thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Go out there, be human, be beautiful, be you. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. I appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow when we are back with another exciting story. And we'll be learning a lot. I know that this one is a short board book, Little Dumplings, but it has so much information. And guess what? I'll be bringing some dumplings here to Storytime tomorrow. So if you can, bring your dumplings along. What can you find at home? Or indeed get some and let's eat together tomorrow. Yes, we'll be breaking the fast together tomorrow. So come on in and join us. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. We follow a writer, Melodio, I hope I'm saying that name correctly, gives us seasonal updates on the hummingbirds that hang out near her home. Okay, all right, I will be looking at that. And are they on Instagram and socials? I'll try and follow them too, so that I can learn a bit more from them. Thank you so much for joining in, and I will need a pronunciation of that name, but thank you so much for joining in Storytime today, and I hope I'm saying it correctly at least. Auntie Pam, I feel like you threw that on purpose there, just to see me struggle here today. To everybody that is joining in Storytime, oh, I appreciate you so much. I love this community. Thank you for being here with us. Join me tomorrow for Little Dumplings. Beautiful book, lots of information to learn tomorrow. And some of the dumplings you will not think were dumplings. I'm sure you'll be just as surprised as I was as we read through this book tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Melodia Shaw. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Much love from me, and I will see you again tomorrow. And I have more homework today now to try and practice this name, learn this name that Auntie Pam has just thrown at me, and I will see you again tomorrow. And hopefully I can come in here tomorrow and just say it. Let it roll off my tongue as easily as ABC. We shall see. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. I hope too that, like this book has encouraged us to just dig a little deeper into hummingbirds and enjoy the research, enjoy finding out more about these amazing birds. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Please take care of yourselves. Remember to check in on your loved ones. A little hello can go a long way. Just like we did saying hello to the hummingbirds today, well, do say hello to somebody out there today. Much love from me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to hear it. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to hear